Hey guys, welcome to the fourth set between Leta and Luxury. It's been a fun one this far. Can't talk. This is going to be on Carthage. Hopefully we'll be in sync on this commentary and also a little bit more head savvy. Our brains will be a little bit more with it. Both of us have had screwed up sleeping schedules recently. The current temp position I'm working on, it keeps get up at like 6 a.m. and go actually haul and format computers. It's kind of fun. I really enjoy doing it actually. And then I come home, nap, and then stay up way too late because I napped, and then fall asleep again. And Moletrap is on an equally terrible schedule. Anyway, getting to the game, and perhaps I'm going to blame that out of everything. I know you're supposed to accept responsibility, but forget that. Anyway, Leta starting at the 6 o'clock position. Well, no, sorry. Bottom right-hand corner as the brown Terran. Upper left-hand corner, we have Luxury as the red Zerg. And we'll see if Luxury can kind of pull this out. I think this is where he kind of has mentally collapsed in the past. It's around this stage. I think this game will be a big indicator. If he can pull out a big victory here, and then just, like not just a small victory, but in one where he ekes it out, but a big victory, and just use that emotional momentum to just, yeah, take the game, win the final set, I think he'll be good to go for the rest of this MSL. But if he mentally falls apart like he has in the past, I don't know if we'll see him around for a while, because I think he's one of those guys who should have had a championship by now. He's one of those guys that has been in the borderline S class and at various times of the game the best player. And honestly, I do think he's the best player out there right now. He just needs to go out there and prove it. And this is definitely, I would say, the group to go through to prove it, because, you know, Huashin, now Leta, two very, very tough Terran. And I think Terran is his weakest matchup across the board. So if he can beat these two guys, it's basically the best, you know, what is it? These two guys, the best Terran versus Zerg guys in the game right now. Looks like he's going to go for a 12 pool. I'm sorry, overpool, looks like. Yeah, I think that was an overpool. Yeah, overpool speed here. And, wow, interesting build. So going to put on some of that early pressure. We'll see how it works out for him.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you a little bit on that, and I know we always disagree on this point, but I'm not sure that Luxury has ever been in the top ranks of StarCraft players, personally. I don't think he's ever been that good. He's been a little bit inconsistent. He's been a little bit sloppy here and there. He has been playing better lately, I have to say, than he has in the past, and it looks like he's going again for you know, I don't think it was an overpool because we don't see a second overload. It looks like it was a 9 pool after all. But it looks like he's going to go for, again, a speedling build, go for some early pressure. And, wow, so Leta's going to be well prepared for it, though, getting 2 barracks out. But, yeah, I think you're right as far as, I mean, not only is this a must-win situation for Luxury because, I mean, if he loses, that's 3 games for Leta, and that's the match. But it's also a fact that he needs a really good solid win because so far he's gotten owned, and then he cheesed, and then he got owned. And so he's not looking too good to anyone, including himself. So, you know, it's going to be, he's going to need a little bit of confidence going into that 5th game, if he can get to the 5th game. And the SCV is going to get in there and just run around. Looks like he's going to try and play like a Protoss and stop that second hatchery from going down with a scouting SCV. And he's getting some Marines there grouped up as well so that he can hold off this attack. But those are quick Zerglings, a little bit quicker than maybe he was expecting. And he's going to have to play a little bit of defense here.
Yeah, CV has a bunker down because he did go with he did go 8 racks, it looks like, and he has a lot of those Marines out in the backfield, but he's still going to have to move them around. So playing very well into this build at this stage, those Zerglings going to have a hard time really getting any attack done, especially with those Marines mixed in exactly like they are, simply because, yeah, I mean, it's hard to run in and target those SCVs exactly like linebackers. In fact, I think that's what they do, is they take linebackers off Earth and then stick them, like the ones that were just bad players or retired, they stick them in SCV suits and they're like, go to work on these minerals, guys. Yeah, that's basically what they are. Yeah, that's how hardcore, or maybe the linebackers that turned into criminals. There's just so much NFL being played in the future that you just have an over excess of linebackers because football's the universal sport as it deserved to be. I'm sure we're going to get some comments on that now. But yeah, with those, yeah, I know. With those, well, I wish StarCraft was too, but anyway, with those Marines mixed into the SCV line. Yeah, there you go. Marines pushing that secondary, and that attack is going to stop. And Luxury going for 3 hatcheries immediately, or going for that 3rd hatchery immediately afterwards. So going into a 3 hatchery build, needs to get some Sunken colonies down though, because honestly, I think Leta can put up some pressure with the Marine force he's got, getting the academy down now as well. Leta for going economy a little bit early. This is kind of UV-esque to do that that early marine pressure, although that overpool with that speed is really kind of negating it as a result. So we'll see how Luxury can recover out of this. I think Luxury's off to a very good start here.
Yeah, it could go either way at this point. Both players opting for early pressure over economy, and so they're kind of both in the same position that way. Although I think, yeah, Luxury might be in a little bit better position because he was able to get his second hatchery down pretty quick, and so he's going to have a lot more economy going into the mid game that way because he took his drones off gas. He stopped making Zerglings and went straight for economy instead. And there he is getting 2 sunken colonies at the front of his base as well. So he's going to be in good shape to hold this off, especially if he can maybe get a third, or if he can get some I'm sorry, a third sunken, that is, or if he can get some Zerglings out to run with that. Critically, those Firebats are being left at home to defend against counterattack by Zerglings, so he's not going to have those Firebats to roast drones and Zerglings like marshmallows if he does go for an attack. In fact, that may show that he is just going for a kind of a feint to get him to put down Sunkens and not go all in. But we'll have to see. He's going to pause outside and see what's going on. One single hit from a sunken colony. He falls back a little bit. He's just kind of moving around. I'm not sure if he's going to go in or not. He may be going. He is going in right now, actually. He's going to try and run by and get behind the drones. Luxury trying to stop him with the drones. He does manage to get, wow, a group of medic marines behind the supply line. Wow, and those guys are entrenched. There is no way any ground units are going to be able to get them out of there. He's going to have to build a sunken colony to get them out of there. It looks like Leta's going to try and move around, do some damage with those medic marines before the sunken colony comes up, and just do as much as he can. This is almost Nada-esque play by Leta here, although not quite Nada-esque. Moving his medic marines around, just getting them out of danger's way. And I mean that's why I love Nada, because he can take three Marines and 2 medics and do so much with them. And here he is putting him in a perfect position. Look at this. 4 Marines and 2 medics owning the crap out of like 16 Zerglings, and still managing to get in and probably going to do some damage to some drones before any more Zerglings come out to finish these guys off as well. So that is just crazy, and a little bit of poor move by Luxury. Got a little bit impatient, I think, and really wanted to kill those Marines and just send in way too many Zerglings. So I think Leta might be ahead at this point because he killed a lot of Zerglings and a lot of drones during that whole exchange.
First of all, yeah, killed a lot of Zerglings, killed a lot of drones, and additionally stopped gas production. Was able to kill a drone that was on gas, was able to stop production entirely on the secondary. And this is the question. You can see that look on Luxury's face. Now, is he going to collapse? Is he going to give up? Or is he going to stick this game out and somehow pull out a victory? This is definitely looking like a mental collapse to me, honestly. Especially with those medic marines sneaking through. He should have had that blocked off. He should have had some Zerglings or something in the way preemptively, just to make sure those medic marines couldn't sneak around. That was just, I guess, just lack of I don't know what that was on this map. I would expect a Luxury of all players to really be anticipating this. Mutalisk's out, and so Luxury's going to have to do something amazing with these Mutalisks. Thing is, Leta has a lot of Marines on the ground. Doesn't look like he's going to have turrets in time though, so he could conceivably get something down. I think Leta is going to be a little bit off-timed as well, because does he have turrets coming up? Okay. He's definitely going to have that bunker. Yeah, he does have turrets coming up. He's going to have bunkers on that secondary. So Luxury in a spot of trouble here. Not quite sure what he can do at this stage of the game, because he's got to do something with these Mutalisks, and it looks like the turrets and the Marines are going to be there to fight it off. So going to have to do something magical. And even then, it's really difficult to take a third base on this map just because they're so segregated. They're so basically out there, and I think that it's a Terran-favored map as a result in general. Just because of that fact. We'll see again what Luxury can do here. Mutalisk's approaching momentarily.
There's actually a special upgrade that you can only get by accomplishing certain things in StarCraft in the campaign mode. It's kind of like the cow level in Diablo. If you do certain things, you can get special stuff. And in this case, if you're a pro gamer and you can do pro gamer things, then what is his drones doing? Oh my god, that was crazy. You get a special magic upgrade at your spire. It's only 50 minerals and 50 gas, and it infuses your Mutalisks with magic. So he might be able to use that upgrade to overcome Leta here. It looks like Leta has actually pushed out with a group of Medic Marines, and so his main base is not really that well defended as far as Medic and Marines go, but it does have a ton of turrets and more. No, never mind. I mistook that spot in the middle as a group of Medic Marines, but it wasn't. It looks like he just sent them to the back of his base. So yeah, Den going down. He's going off of 2 bases though at this point, and Leta is off of 2 bases. So, geez, really things not looking good for Luxury here. He may go down really quickly in this 4th game and just go out of the set. I was going to say earlier, it's a good thing that Luxury doesn't chew bubblegum like some StarCraft players do when they're playing, because then when he saw those Medic Marines, he might have choked.
Oh. Yeah, I gotta say, this looks kind of like a choke here. I think unless Leta makes some absolutely huge mistakes, I don't see him losing this game. He just needs to move his Medic Marines and camp outside Luxury's base and just take map control, which it looks like he's marching up to do right now. Mutalisk's not even harassing, not even bothering to harassing that Medic Marine force as it's pushing out. They're a little bit late in position, perhaps. I love the little Medic Marine groupings. It's almost like envoys that have to push out. You gotta gather them up, send them. Now Luxury going to work. It looks like on that secondary, he's gonna be able to take 1 turret out, getting hit by the rest of the turrets, and surprisingly no Medic Marines alongside, using that blind wall. And it looks like Luxury, what he's done is he's gone very heavy on Mutalisks. He's built a lot more Mutalisks than he needed to, with all those all those Marines, actually just Marines, there to support, and that bunker. I can't see him getting anything more done there, but at least able to get 3 turrets out. But yeah, I think this is going to be the first nail in the coffin here, is all those, more Sultan colonies going down just to defend against this. But all sorts of Medic Marines just plugging that gap, and that's all he needs to do. Plug that gap, get a science vessel out there, maybe a siege tank if he feels greedy, and then make sure that Luxury didn't sneak out a drone anywhere with Comsat. And I can't see Luxury really getting anything done with this. Looks like, wow, able to get 3 Marines with that pickoff though. Ouch. But another envoy headed up. I love seeing them move across the map like that. It really does feel like, let's go to the front, let's go! Just dashing across the middle of the map. But yeah, I think, and you can see Luxury trying to push through and catch them mid grouping. It looks like he's going to be able to. But yeah, Luxury managing to sneak out an expansion, getting taken out immediately though. So Lead is still in very, very, very good position, and he's got Marines camped out otherwise. Yeah, I think Lead has got this game locked.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Although that I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. Luxury went in there. He killed those turrets at the natural, and then he decided not to kill any SCVs, even though he had an open chance. But what he has done, he has delayed long enough to get that group of lurkers on his front door, so Leta is not going to be able to attack that location until he has siege tanks or science vessels. Wow, actually, Luxury picking off the reinforcements as they pop out of the the gateways, the barracks, and he's managed to take out the turrets next to those barracks as well. So a little bit careless by Leta here. He doesn't have any Medic Marines at home right now. They're all out trying to kill expansions. He can't attack with them because of the lurkers, and all of his forces are gone. And here he's finally bringing some back, but still it's not a lot of Marines there. He could easily micro those Marines away with his Mutalisks if he wanted to. But wow, so Luxury actually will do a lot of damage, but critically, he has not killed a single SCV on this alliance. Maybe 1 or 2, but he's not killed SCVs on those lines at this point. And so Leta's economy is still going very strong, and in fact stronger than Luxury's at this point.
Luxury, looks like he's getting a little bit of pressure on that front door. He knew he had to draw the Medic Marine force back. It looks like he's just going to do basically the Lurker siege forward. Science Vessel not in position. And with those, this is interesting, with those Mutalisks out in the middle of the field, he needed that Science Vessel escorted to the front door. Those Lurkers able to sneak by. And this is a huge attack force. 4th Hatchery going down, Queen's Nest going down. So Luxury's just going to stick to 2 bases and try to win it. He's got he's going to be able to pick off, no, not able to pick off that Science Vessel, able to get a couple Medic Marines otherwise, but going very, very Mutalisks heavy. He's got a ton of troops headed down. I think, and Leta's troops trying to run back to try to flank this, to try to catch this in position. He's trying to make his way back, and he needs to be very careful running them. And he needs to be very careful not spreading them too far out. Otherwise, the Zerglings and the Mutalisks are going to have an opportunity to hit this. But yeah, Lurkers bearing down on the front door, and nothing there to stop it. Luxury somehow able to get in the secondary and taking every tank out. This is unbelievable. I can't believe Leta lost control in that front door. He's got that secondary attack force. Lurkers, though, on his back base. and just unopposed. So many lurkers pushing in here. The science vessel, 2 science vessels up in the air to do detection, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have any troops underneath to try to stop this.
Wow.
And with those 2 lurkers on that barrack line, he's going to be able to wipe that attack force out. And this is insane. I did not. This is an incredible turn of events. I did not expect Luxury to be able to break through. First of all, I didn't think Leta was going to break contain, and I think that's characteristic. Leta, I think he just sent too many troops back, perhaps. It looks like he's going to be able to clean this attack force up, but still, that hurts a lot, and it might have brought Luxury maybe back in this game, because he just doesn't. Because right now, basically, Lita's resetting. If he can take out those barracks, that would definitely be bonus. It looks like he might be able to, and more Zerglings pushing in to try to seal the deal. Again, doesn't care about the secondary. He needs to stop that production. He needs to make sure that production doesn't continue, and more troops flooding down. Leta looking panicked.
Wow. Wow, Luxury basically going all in with this. He think he knew he wasn't going to be able to get that 3rd base, and he just got a crazy amount of lurkers with everything he had, and he has taken out at least one of the barracks. Science facility is burning, the starport is burning, his secondary command center was burning, being repaired, his main command center is lifted and burning. This is absolute catastrophe for Leta. This is absolutely crazy. I did not expect this at all either, but basically Luxury went in there, he took out all the reinforcements coming out of those barracks for like an entire minute, and there's GG from Leta. Wow. So Luxury coming back from a horrible position, and that was definitely not a choke. That was like a counter choke. That was like, instead of choking, he did the opposite. He vomited all over Leta and just came out with a really unexpected attack
Vomited
there.
into Leta's mouth to cause him to choke. That's a beautiful visual.
Oh God. Oh man, I'm hungry. Maybe I should get some dinner before we cast Game 5. But
yeah.
I think
something soon
Leta
too.
just didn't have the macro going on because all of his forces died in behind there, and he just didn't have enough medic marines to deal with that huge force. So that was GG.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is crazy.
Focusing
I guess
too hard
let's
on
move
medic
to Game 5.